Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Griever Productions. Wow, what a week it has been. Been a little bit unwell, as everybody seems to know now. But I'm on the mend, which is always good. I don't know how future Jim is going to be because when it comes to doing these videos, the editing process is always the harder part. But he'll probably be angry with me and be saying something really nasty. But you know that's what he does, right? So what I wanted to do with this, I wanted to come in here because we remember the reaction to IU's video that I did, a reaction to not too long ago. And everyone recommended to have a look at her Killing Voice video. And I'm really excited because the emotion that she was able to put into that song was incredible. The way that the video itself went was also amazing. I've just realized my microphone is too close to my mouth. But the music video was incredible. The acting that was in that was absolutely insane. Shout out to V, who played an incredible role in that. But what I got there was a story that absolutely made me cry because I believed what was happening. The absolute beauty of that song came from the story in it and the love and care put into each individual word, each individual note, the visualization that we were being shown, and props to her for being sick while doing all of that as well. So I want to have a listen to more of her stuff, and I feel as though the best kind of way to do that is to have a listen to her Killing Voice video, which should be a number of songs of hers, because I loved it. I absolutely adored that video and reacting to that song. And also a lot of you guys, a lot of fans of hers have recommended that I have a look at this one as well, due to the sheer talent and the sheer skill that she puts into each of her songs. So, before we begin, please do leave a like on the video. It really does help. We are currently on the road to 100,000 subscribers, and that's a very exciting road to be on. But without any further ado, let's have a listen to IU's Killing Voice. I have got audio. Did that?
안녕하세요.
Sorry, I do apologize that I'm already going back. I think there was like a little hiccup in the video. It may have just been the playback.
안녕하세요. 킬링 보이스에서 저를 많이 찾으신다고 들어서 오늘 이렇게 조금 어색하지만 저의 20대 시절의 모든 대표곡들을 들려드리러 나왔습니다. 주세요.
Oh, okay. So straight away, just before we even start, and I know a lot of people are going to be upset that I've already started this before she's even started singing, she already struck me as an incredibly humble person, an incredibly humble musician. And this just shows me that that's true. Because what we have here is a person that is, you know, she's here, she's like, oh, what's the term? It's almost like imposter syndrome. Where it's like, outwardly, it's like, I'm here, I'm going to do my thing because these people have asked me to do it. I'm a little uncomfortable. This is not a bad thing. And a lot of people suffer from ego, and it just seems that that ego is not anything you would ever attribute to this person. And I kind of like that.
이 곡은 제가 20살 때 불렀던 하루 끝이라는 곡입니다.
Turn that down in my head because that's very loud. I'm having issues with the playback. Why is this happening? So, there we go. Wonderful. Okay, so I'm just going to pause there for a sec because I know it's going to run into, well, it's likely going to run into the next song. Something that I adore about her voice here, and I can't remember if I said this in the previous video or not, is that she has incredibly wonderful control, going in between head voice and chest voice. I would like to know if she was a little bit unwell here. The only reason that I say that is because I'm hearing a little bit of a nasal type thing that I wasn't really hearing in the first one, but that could also be the difference between a studio recording and a live recording. The different ways that we EQ or equalize a song for the vocals specifically. Basically, what happens is the frequencies come in, and if there's multiple of the same frequency, it can cut it out, which I have explained in one video before. I can't remember. However, what you can do when you're recording is you can kind of go, oh, this frequency, I'm hearing this frequency, I'm going to just turn that frequency down on a studio recording. So I don't know what's happened in the interim of that, whether she is unwell here and is a little bit nasally, because I know that, like, you can probably hear it in my voice currently that I'm still a bit blocked in here. And it's almost like it's a little bit high-pitched, and the breathing, like, the voice isn't quite as... like, it doesn't flow quite as well because of that stuffiness, basically. So I'd be interested to know. It's, I would just like to point out, it's absolutely not a critique. It is just something that I am noticing, because some voices are naturally inclined to be more nasal. It's just the way that certain voices go. But it's an interesting thing that I would like to know the answer to. I'm very inquisitive with this sort of stuff.
다음 곡은 들어봐야 알아요. 노래가 많아가지고 제가 21살에 불렀던 금요일에 만나요입니다.
That's very interesting, and this performance so far, and again, I know that I keep pausing it, this performance so far has been very human. Where a lot of people will just run into the songs, play it out like it is a show, and it seems very, I don't want to say manufactured, but sometimes it can be, right? In this particular case, she's like, there's so many songs, I don't know which one I'm doing next. I've cheated on stage where I've had song lists. Actually, I always do it most of the time. Most of the time I have a song list on stage that runs me through it. Most of the time I can remember what the songs are, but having that safety net, let's say, there, sometimes just makes things a little bit easier, gives a little bit more peace of mind. But in this particular case, she's probably just like, I've just given you guys tracks and you've probably put it into an order, so let's go.
아시는 분들 같이, 여기 원래 같이 불러주는 이번 주 금요일 금요일의 시간.
Okay. I am actually going to go back here. Something that I didn't like, and it's not her fault, is that the way they kind of filmed this is they've given her a couple of seconds to introduce the song, but they've played the track to cue her in, but they haven't done anything about it to give her enough time to properly introduce it, so she's rushing into the song. That's not her fault. Like, they could have had a producer or something with, like, a card to say, this is the next song, rather than starting the song and rushing her into it. That's just how I would do it if I was producing a show like this. But hey, you know, what can we do, right?
들어봐야 알아요. 노래가 많아가지고 제가 21살에 불렀던 금요일에 만나요입니다. 아시는 분들 같이, 여기 원래 같이 불러주는 이번 주 금요일.
But she handled it like a pro.
금요일의 시간 어때요? 주말까지 기다리긴 힘들어. 시간아 달려라. 시간으로 다 보채고 싶지만 나인 컨트롤가 달콤해. 이 남자 도대체 뭐야? 사랑에 빠지지 않고 먹이겠어. 온종일 내 마음은 저기 시계바늘 위에 올라타 한 칸씩 끄다했겠다.
I like this. This is nice.
이 곡은
Something I want to point out is so as a lot of people know that frequent my channel, is that I am still learning when it comes to like the Korean music scene, and basically actually anything that's not Western music, right? So something that I'm absolutely adoring is melodic structures that differ quite a bit from what my ear would be used to. And that song had a lot of that. It had a lot of how do I explain this? There were a lot of music scales used in here in which Western music wouldn't go with them. But it's interesting to hear a lot of this more sort of pop music. I'd say pop music. Yeah, like it's kind of poppy. It's along that sort of line, and to hear that sort of thing in this, because I as a Western music consumer associated a lot of that stuff with traditional Asian music, and that's something that I love about this channel and doing this, is that the further we go into this stuff, the more we realize that all of these tips and tricks that you're taught are utilized somewhere, and I love it. Genuinely. I think it's absolutely incredible. All right, so let's continue.
22살에 그 김창완 선배님의 곡을 리메이크했던 너의 의미, 이것도 같이 부른 노래인데 너의 그 한마디 말도 그 웃음도 나에겐 커다란 의미 너의 그 작은 눈빛도 쓸쓸한 뒷모습도 나에겐 힘겨운 약속 너의 모든 것은 내게로 와 풀리지 않는 수수께끼가 되네 슬픔은 간이역에 코스모스로 피고 스쳐 불어온 넌 향긋한 바람 나 이제 뭉게구름 위에 손을 짚고 널 향해 창을 내리 바람 드는 창을 여러분이 그 웃음도 나에겐 커다란 의미
If I knew the song, I'd have sung along.
그 작은 눈빛도 쓸쓸한 뒷모습도 나에겐 힘겨운 약속 도대체까지
Wow. She has a lovely, lovely voice.
23
That flashing light did not. Sorry, I need a second. I'm wondering. Now, quick question, and I know this might sound silly because I actually don't know how they handle the background for these videos. Is it a green screen? Because I know that there are multiple ways that they can do this, right? There's the green screen method in which you've got just a green screen, you light the stage a particular way, and you have them sing, and then you can just change the background on a whim. If that's the case, I don't know why it flashed there. I don't know if it was to go with the music, but it wasn't with the beat of the music. That was annoying. And it's, again, not her fault. I don't know who decided to do that. But the other way to do it as well, there's these screens that you can get now, and they are not cheap, where it is almost like a TV screen that goes behind that doesn't mess with cameras. I need to find the thing that I've seen on it somewhere. But basically it's like projecting from behind. I suppose that it would be a green screen in this case, because if this were projecting purple light, you would see a reflection on her. But you can't. So I am assuming that was a green screen choice. And it absolutely hurt my brain.
23 I'm 23 난 수수께끼 뭐게요 맞춰봐요 I'm 23 틀리지 말기 난 몹시 예민해
Interesting.
많이
A lot of these songs
25.
end. A lot of these songs end in very interesting ways, where it's just a cut off. Whereas most of the stuff that we've reacted to from all artists have some form of like either transition between one song to the next, or has some form of like definitive ending to it. So I'm interested in that difference.
이밤 그날의 반딧불을 당신은 참 가까이 띄울게요. 사랑한다는
Her voice is so lovely.
난 파도가 머물던 모래 위에 적힌 글씨처럼 그대가 멀리 사라져버릴 것 같아. 늘 그리워 여기 내 마음속에 모든 말을 다 꺼내어 줄 순 없지만 사랑한다는 말이에요.
Oh, I had a bit of a playback issue there. I don't know why my computer's doing this. My computer can run NASA if it wanted to, so the fact that it's doing this is confusing me.
25살 대표곡이죠. 팔레트 들려드리겠습니다.
Also, sorry, I do want to mention about that last song as well. She has an incredibly beautiful voice. It is incredibly stunning when she does those more, in my opinion, right, so far from what I've heard of her voice, I really love that more laid-back emotional ballad stuff that she does, because it just feels right, doesn't it? That voice just fits so nicely there, and it doesn't, like... Even though I've got the subtitles in front of me, realistically, I don't really know what she's saying. And yet, I'm still enraptured in what she's saying. And that is something that is incredible. That's something you don't get very often. There are people that sing in languages that you don't understand, that you can kind of listen to it and go, oh, that's impressive vocally, but I don't get it. And it's not the same with this. It's a really interesting feel, and I feel as though this is why this particular artist resonates with not only myself, but with so many others that have really come to bat and support for her in my comment section, is that not only is she singing incredibly beautifully, but she brings you along for the ride, and you feel as though you are that person that she's singing about or to. And I think that's what really sets her apart. Aside from the beauty of her vocal as well, of course. She's a phenomenon. She's brilliant.
이상하게도 요즘은 그냥 쉬운 게 좋아. 하긴 그래도 좋은 날 부를 땐 참 예쁘더라. 핫핑크보다.
What is my computer doing? Sorry, I'm going back because I don't know what my computer is doing. First of all, it was my camera that kept freezing back in the day, and that fixed itself. I don't even know what happened, but you've noticed that my camera has not frozen on me, like given me still frames for the past however many videos. Don't know what fixed it. Just completely naturally just happened on its own. But now it's the screen, and that is worse. I'd prefer it if it were me. Okay, I think I may have fixed the problem. Let's find out.
날 부를 땐 참 예쁘더라. 핫핑크보다 진한 보라색을 더 좋아.
I also like Deep Purple better.
너무더라. 단추 있는 파자마 립스틱 새들
wow.
노랫소리 들려오면 언제나 그랬듯 아쉽게 잠을 깬다. 창문 하나 햇살 가득 눈부시게 비춰오고 서늘한 냉기에 재채기 할까 말까. 딸각딸각 아침 짓는 어머니의 분주함과 엉금엉금 냉수 찾는 그 아들의 게으름이 상큼하고 깨끗한 아침의 향기와 고소하게 밥 듬드는 냄새가 어우러진 가을 아침 내겐 정말 커다란 기쁨이야. 가을 아침 내겐 정말 커다란 행복이야. 응성만 부렸던 내겐 파란 하늘 바라보며 커다란 숨을 쉬니 드높은 하늘처럼 내 마음 편해지네. 텅 빈 하늘 언제 왔나. 고추 잠자리 하나가 잠덜 깬 듯 엉성이 돌기만 빙빙.
Wonderful. And I just wanted to stop there because I want to give props to the start of that song and the way that she handled it. Because singing a song, starting a song a cappella with no track from the very beginning is incredibly difficult. It's not an easy feat to do because there's two things that can go very, very wrong. If you're not perfectly in pitch when the music comes in, then it's obvious for everybody. Even the untrained ear would go, something wrong happened there. The second thing that can happen is that you go completely out of time and you either miss when the music comes in or you're sitting there waiting for the music to come in. It is a very, very precise game. It's basically a game of darts where you have to be incredibly precise, not only with the pitch, but with the timing as well. And as far as I am aware, that was perfect. I didn't hear any wavering into any different keys. I didn't hear that there was any form of like unsurety about the timing and when the music came in. So I mean, to my ear, and it is the first time listening to this, I didn't hear anything wrong with that. And I'm trained to hear things wrong with that. So that is something incredible. And I just adore her voice so much.
삐삐 편하게 하지 뭐. 거긴 너 내 말 알아들어. 에이 아직 모를걸. 내 말 틀려 또 나 만나봐. 깜빡이 켜 교양이 없어 knock knock. 또 상대 안에 block block. 잘 모르겠으면 이제 좀 외워 babe. Repeat repeat 참 쉽지 right. Yellow C-A-R-D 이선 넘으면 침범이야 babe. 매너는 여기까지 is my mind. Please skip the la la la. Hello stupid ID 그선 넘으면 좀 새끼야 babe. Stop it 거리 유지해 cause we don't know no no no. Come on we don't anything.
Interesting. And I don't know if that was the end of that song or if that was like of the previous song or if that was like its own song, but it was a really quick and precise one. But I love her voice so much. Like it all seems wonderful. Also, does she do her own backing vocals? I think she does. Based upon what I'm hearing, I think the vocal on the track is a layer of her voice. And it's really incredible because you can tell that she absolutely knows what she wants from her harmony work as well, if it is her. Again, 99% sure it is, but there's always that 1% to question. I think that, and here's another thing as well, not all artists can do their own harmonies, genuinely. A lot of them will kind of go, I want harmonies here you go, and give it to somebody else to handle. And I always find it to be a very good point of saying, okay, somebody is an exceptional musician, or somebody is exceptional at what they do when it comes to the voice, if they can do both. Fact of the matter is, a lot of people that do harmony work for a living are better vocalists than a lot of the solo vocalists. That's just a fact. There are a number of people that I can think of straight off the top of my head. The female vocalist who did the backing vocals for Bat Out of Hell, for the Bat Out of Hell album, that I cannot remember her name off the top of my head. Her voice is one of the greatest voices that I have heard. And the fact that I can't remember her name says that she didn't do a lot of solo work, and she didn't get out there as much as, say, well, obviously Meatloaf. There are backing vocalists that do far better jobs than the people that they sing with. That's a hill I'm going to die on. It's very good to hear a vocalist that knows what they want and knows that they can do their own backing vocal, because that means that they care and they actually have learned their musicianship properly. That was a bit of a tangent to go on for that point, but there it is.
정말 실수가 없네요.
I wonder if that was a cheeky, hey, I need a second, because getting water in the middle of a performance is incredibly important. Keep this all wet and not dry. You don't want this drying up on you because it becomes a problem. So I wonder if that was a sneaky little hey. Slow the F down. I would also be singing this with the ball in my hand if I got to that.
지금 다른 사람과 함께이지 않아. 나도 너를 생각 중. 위에 네모가는 꿈. 엄지손가락으로 장미꽃을 피워. 향기 취할 것 같아. 둘만의 비밀의 정원. 미국은 28 됐습니다 벌써. 에이.
Hang on, she was 28. How old is she now? She's not 32. Well, she's 28 when this came out. She was born almost exactly a year after me. And I look like this. Oh my god, I am shocked. I'm genuinely shocked. Interesting.
모든 게 맘대로 왔다가 인사도 없이 떠나 이대로는 무엇도 사랑하고 싶지 않아. 다 잊을 대로 헤어져버린 기억 속을 여행해. 우리는 오렌지 태양 아래 그림자 없이 함께 춤을 춰. 정해진 이별 따위는 없어. 아름다웠던 그 기억에서만 날 forever young. Forever young. 이런 악몽이라면 영영 깨지 않을게. 신곡입니다. 코인이라는 곡입니다. Born to be gambler 배운 적 없지 even no tutor. 최악의 패를 가지고 싹 쓸어 한 수 배우고 싶음 너희에 있게. 승리를 손에 꽉 잡아 말아줘. 월스 모른 저 저리 가서 놀아줘. 이제 넘기서 내 격에 살벌하게 난 목숨을 걸어. Famous, 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 famous.
is great.
이 곡도 신곡입니다. 라일락이라는 내리는 꽃가루에 눈이 따끔해
Ooh, I love that bass line.
꼭 참을래 내 마음 안견 비밀스런
That's so cool.
넣어두고서 영원히 돼감을 순간이니까 우리 둘의 마지막 페이지를 잘 부탁해 어느 작별이 보다 완벽할까 Love me all with you free 거칠은 날 goodbye 이런 결말이 어울려 연꽃잎 같은 안녕
I just want to point out that line here, the way that she does that control from chest voice into head voice. I can't even demonstrate it right now. I'm still.
거칠은 날 goodbye 이런 결말이 어울려
Na, 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 na. The way she goes into head voice for that is so subtle, and it sounds so good, and it's obviously a very, very clear cut choice. I love it.
같은 안녕 얼마나 기쁜 일이야 Love me all with you just free 봄바람처럼 Love me all like you just free 봄바람처럼
I thought I was going to get rickrolled there for a second. Have a listen to that last drum beat.
Love me all like you just free 봄바람처럼
It's the same drum beat is never going to give you up, and nobody can tell me otherwise. I thought I was going to get rickrolled. My entire body was ready to be upset.
네. 20대 대표곡들을 다 불러본 아이였습니다. 감사합니다. 안녕.
Incredible.
근데 제가 앵콜을 꼭 하는 가수여가지고 앵콜을 하고 할게요. 사랑이 온 거야 너와 나 말이야 네가 좋아 정말 못 견딜 만큼 그거면 된 거야 더는 생각하지 말란 말이야 네 맘 가는 그대로 느낌이 오잖아 떨리고 있잖아 언제까지 눈치만 볼 거니 네 맘을 말해봐 딴청 배우지 말란 말이야 네 맘 가는 그대로 지금 내 손을 잡아 지금 내 손을 잡아 지금 내 손을 잡아 시작할게요 안녕
She seems so lovely. She seems like an incredibly lovely person. Wow, I need to watch more of her stuff for sure. I love what she's done here. Okay, so realistically, this was a 10 out of 10 performance. And me as a vocal coach, me as a person that has pulled apart vocals for the longest time, I feel as though this particular performance, even in amongst all of the Killing Voice ones that we've looked at before, is the most human one that we have seen. And what I mean by that is that it feels the most natural. It felt as though it was all unapologetically her, even to the point where you could hear that there was no added effect on that voice except for a little bit of reverb and echo and that sort of thing. But there was no layering of unwanted effects, which I can imagine would have been her choice based upon the things that I've read and the things that people have been telling me in comments about her. I reckon that she would have been very prominent in saying, not too much on this, this, and this. What I love about what I just saw was the honesty in the performance and the way that she's able to just grip somebody with her voice and the things that she says. I've harped on about this a couple of times already in this video, in which I don't understand the language, but it didn't matter, and I feel that is an incredibly big point and goes very, very nicely towards how she is as a vocalist, where it puts her in a tier above most other performers. Not only were the songs beautiful, the voice was incredibly beautiful, was incredibly well presented, incredibly well controlled. But these sorts of performances are what connect with me so much, because it's real. You feel it in your very soul that it is real. You understand what they're saying. They take you along for that journey, and they care about you connecting as a human. And it goes back to the Tiny Desk video with RM, where it's like, where he talks about somebody's quote to him, where in order to make art, you need to first be human. In order for you to connect with art, you need to be human. In order for art to connect with humans, it needs to be done by a human. So it's food for thought. Anyway, that's all the time I have for this one. This one was absolutely lovely. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Like a favorite if you enjoyed, subscribe, do all that sort of thing. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw here today, feel free to go over to Patreon and support us for as little as $3 Australian per month. By doing so, you'll join the list of wonderful people here. Also, if you're into gaming, I have recently rebooted my gaming channel, so feel free to go over there and have a look. Link to both the Patreon and the gaming channel in the description below.